The thin presence is due to the COVID, for which we are unable to do this time also, last time also, but we have realized our potential as an online medium to gather and to exchange our views. But this session is for that, and as you know that at the initial part of that this pandemic, when it was declared at around March, but Ayush Ministry has given its advisory along with other Ayush systems. Arsenic as a prophylactic for the COVID. We have a lot of support from the population throughout the India, but we have also faced some of the criticisms from our counterparts with respect to its scientificity and its results and many other questions. So this session is dedicated for this COVID studies. It is a long session. It will be interrupted in between. The lunch will be in between. So we will have only 2 presentations now. I request Dr. Anupriya. This session will have both, as we know this is a hybrid mode, it is there. So we will have around 4 presentations online and 8 presentations on this present physical mode. And now I request, sir is there. We have chairman, 2 chairmen with us, physically our ex-Director General and present Director Ayush Delhi Government, who was instrumental in establishing the epidemic cell. And that has brought out some of the fruits because we have gained some of the experience. I request him he is already on the dais. So next, Dr. Jaswant Patil from Mumbai, he will be joining online. I hope he has already joined. I request Dr. Anupriya.
A very good afternoon to all of you. Thank you to Dr. Devta. So resuming with the session, okay. So I will first introduce our respective chairpersons who are already there in the dais with us. We have Dr. Raj Keman Chanda, who is the Director Ayush, Government of NCT of Delhi, and the Secretary for Information and Communication, Liga Medicorum Homeopathica Internationalis, and also the former Director General of CCRH. Sir has 35 years of professional experiences and has authored several research papers, like you already know. Joining us online, we also have our second chairperson, Dr. Jaswant Patil, who is basically a cardiology and a chest diseases specialist. And rather, he is known for his integrated treatment protocols of using homeopathy, allopathy, and other alternative therapies together for the treatment of patients. We welcome you, sir. With the permission of the chair, may I please call upon the first speaker? Our first speaker is Dr. Ani Khurana, Director General, CCRH, who shall be talking about the vast experience and the overview of homeopathy in COVID through an Indian perspective. I welcome you, sir.
Can I have a presentation on this laptop, please? Yeah. So actually, we all have seen this and experienced the COVID situation during last 1 year. Basically, how it started and how we have progressed, what kind of activities has been taken up from the directions of Ministry of Ayush, and just giving an Indian perspective of this COVID and homeopathy actually, followed by our research study, which will be presented by scientists. Actually, you all know that it all started with the very first declaration of this pandemic in January, and at that time our scientific advisory board meeting was going on. Chairman Dr. Ritesh was here. He was chairing that meeting, and we received a message from the Ministry of Ayush. Do we have anything to offer with this pandemic? And at that time, we had an information available with us. It was published in Lancet Journal and many other clinical studies which we came across to Hong Kong by Dr. Aaron Page. And we analyzed that information at that point of time. And we could come out with the arsenic album as one of the remedy which could be advised as Venus epidemicus as a prophylaxis on the principles of concept of homeopathic medicine. And thereafter, this advisory was issued by the Ministry of Ayush on 6th March, which was sent to all the chief secretaries of states and union territories, citing that arsenic album can be one of the medicine. This is mentioned in the Annexure 1 and 2. Where apart from other Ayush prophylaxis, homeopathic medicine, arsenic album was mentioned in the Annexure. And this has led to actually taking up such advisories by different organizations throughout the country actually at that time. And when we started this, following these orders which was issued by the state governments at different levels and at different organizations, if you can see here, this is a notification. This was a task force which was constituted at the Ministry of Ayush specifically for addressing this COVID situation through Ayush system. This interdisciplinary task force was Ayush Research and Development Task Force was constituted. We started looking into this situation specifically. And there was further notification which was facilitating Ayush research was issued on 21st April, where it was mentioned that yes, research can be taken up using Ayush interventions. And before that, we were not having any access to COVID treatment centers, and there was a lot of hassles and hurdles which were before us to take up proper research. It was only on 21st April with this notification that we took up these studies, but there was specific guidelines which were to be followed, like ethical clearance, GCP guidelines, appropriate sample size to be calculated through statistical methods, and registry with CTRI was must before initiating these studies. And subsequently, we also developed these guidelines for homeopathic medicine practitioners for COVID-19, which is available on the Ministry of Ayush website also. And because of this advisory and other notifications, the advisory for use of this arsenic album 30 was widely taken up by many organizations, like the Agra Police, Eastern Coast Guards, and Odisha government, then Central Railways, Mumbai, Eastern Railways, NCT. They issued specific orders for using arsenic album 30 as a prophylaxis at that time. And this was further followed by advisories which was issued by the state governments also. And these are some of the advisories which are shown here on this slide, like Haryana, Kerala, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Manipur, Tripura, and Uttarakhand. I think Manipur was the first state to issue such an advisory at the state level. And there was some issues came up in Kerala side also that they were not allowed to prescribe homeopathic medicine for COVID situation. Somebody challenged in the court, and this was taken up even up to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court actually facilitated taking up this Ayush advisory, and they had gone in favor of this Ayush advisory. This was the apex court orders at that time. During lockdown, we also published COVID special issue for our homeopathic practitioners, because this was the beginning of our pandemic, and we wanted to apprise our fellow colleagues in the profession what are different potential and aspects of homeopathic medicine for COVID situation, keeping in view the historical aspect of Spanish flu and other research studies which have been published worldwide. These have been widely covered in this particular journal, and this is available online, free access in our open access journal in our website. I will request all homeopathic practitioners to go through this particular issue you will be enlightened to find out a detailed, comprehensive information about homeopathy and epidemics. And how widely this has been given, this medicine in Gujarat. You can imagine that almost 3.48 crore people were provided homeopathic medicine, arsenic alone. And thanks to the basically support of homeopathic medical colleges, they came forward on the basis of that advisory. They started distributing arsenic alone from their own efforts. And if you can see, they almost covered 1.71 lakh of almost 72 lakh of population by distributing prophylaxis of this homeopathic medicine. And out of this, they also have joined hand with our council, and we have now analyzed almost 7 lakh of individual data followed for 21 days. That will be presented today in one of our study findings. Ministry of Ayush actually also came up with a Ayush Sanjeevani Act. And when we started looking into the data which has been gathered and captured here in this Ayush Sanjeevani Act by the practitioners, and they had a choice to go for any of the Ayush system they want, what kind of a advisory they have followed. And if you can see that the individual record, not going into the cumulative record submitted by the homeopathic practitioners, individual persons who have gone, it is almost 13.2% people who have mentioned that arsenic alum was the most frequent choice of intervention among all Ayush medicines. And among the other homeopathic medicines which were used are Brainia, Astax, Belladonna, Jalsina, and Victorian Puff. This is the information which has been captured from this Ayush Sanjeevani Act. So at that time when this Ayush advisory was, a notification was issued on 21st April, we started looking into different kind of areas where we can venture into kind of a research, properly undertaking a research in a scientific manner. Now we started getting actually permission to some of the COVID care centers, COVID treatment centers, that they were agreeing to take up homeopathy as an adjuvant into their standard treatment protocol. So we looked into what kind of a populations we can go into studying these aspects of different aspects of using homeopathic medicine. We used unexposed asymptomatic population, means who are at risk, like in people in quarantine, who have come into contact with COVID positive patients, or in a containment population. We started using this arsenic alum as one of the study medicine. Exposed asymptomatic quarantine population, then COVID-19 positive asymptomatic cases also. This is one of the studies we took up in Bhopal, in a COVID care center of Bhopal Homeopathic Medical College. That was actually designated as COVID care center. Only asymptomatic positive patients were admitted there, and we started prescribing homeopathic medicine to them. And then again, with mild COVID-19 symptoms, that was taken up in, I think, in Delhi government also, and Nehru Homeopathic Medical College, that has also been accepted for publication in journal in homeopathy. And then with moderate to severe COVID-19 cases, means these are the studies which were taken up in actually IPDs and ICUs, that those studies have been taken up in Bhopal, in Chirayu Hospital, and in AIIMS Jajjar. In Mumbai, JJ Hospital is going on. Then Dr. Rajan Shankaran also took up these studies on a CCL protocol in 3-4 center. He is coming live on this for making his presentation also. So these are the different efforts which have been taken up during this COVID situation. Then we analyzed this, how many studies have been actually taken up on CTRI. And if you see that data here, these are the studies, these are 29 studies which have been there in CTRI, like almost 14% were treatment studies, 45%, 48% treatment studies, 45% were prophylactic studies, and there were certain other studies which were preclinical nature also. COVID studies, actually designer study, we can say the observation studies, and there were randomized controlled trials also. And this is very good and encouraging factor for us that more and more scientists are coming up with RCTs now, which is a gold standard for clinical trial actually. And you see the design treatment studies, even 79% of these randomized control, 21%. Then trial medicines, different trial medicines have been used in these different trials like arsenic album, antin-tard, belladonna, dynia. There's one another vaccine, Canamba, Camphora, and Carotilus, Epitorium, Jalsinium, Rostaxel, Zincum, Miraticum. Now, according to severity of cases, there are different kind of trials have been taken up from mild to moderate, and even trials have been taken for asymptomatic and mild and moderate to severe cases also. If we look into the prophylactic trials, 69% are RCT models. And prophylactic medicine which have been tried in the population for prophylaxis purposes are arsenic, which is the maximum, has been studied in 6 trials, Brillialga in 3 trials, Corona in 1, Camphora in 3 trials, and cycloptic acid in 1, and combination medicines in 2. These are the data which we have extracted from the CTRI, and this is a small article which has also been written in homeopathic journal whether homeopathic medicines can be used as a repurposing, and we mentioned that actually homeopathic medicines intrinsically this is repurposing. One medicine cannot be utilized for one single disease. Actually, they can be used for multiple disease conditions. So it is only on the basis of totality of symptoms, indicating at that time that it can always be repurposed for that particular part. So these are COVID-related studies, and I just acknowledge most of the research scientists of CCRA, principals and faculties of homeopathic colleges, authorities in Delhi prisons. Even we took up this prophylactic trial in Delhi prisons also. Maharashtra police and private practitioners contributing the initiatives of the council. The representative from Maharashtra police, their clinical doctor, Dr. Ravi Doctor and Dr. Balwant is here in this conference. Special thanks to authorities of Ministry of Ayush for suggesting studies. And in the pictures, you can very well imagine how at that time when no one was coming out voluntarily, our researchers had gone into the containment areas, distributing medicine, wearing PPEs in the very scorching heat of May and June, into their houses, distributing medicines. And they were wet inside when they come back home. It was very difficult for them to mingle with their families. They remained themselves isolated from their families. They were not actually, during that whole study period, this was the situation, and how difficult it would have been when we had not experienced any kind of such a clinical experience in a ICU kind of a setup where our team has gone for 3 months into the ICU hospital. They did not came back to their families. They were there in the hospital. They were there in the quarantines, kept themselves in quarantine for that long period, working 12 hours a day in the ICU setups, wearing PPEs. How difficult it would have been, but still our scientists and our researchers and field workers, they have done hard work in leadership, and I think they will be now presenting their studies. So this was only a perspective what we have taken up till now. Thank you so much.